So
Yeah.
that's pretty said. That car, is pretty fresh and pretty new build. But what I'm getting to is this.
Yeah.
Again, welcome to the Drag Driver Pete News presented by Summit Racing.
All right, Performabuilt is the official transmission builder of Drag Driver Pete. At Performabuilt Transmissions, the goal is to engineer and build the toughest transmissions on the planet. Performabuilt doesn't just rebuild transmissions, they systematically re-engineer each model to eliminate OEM flaws and to achieve the highest levels of performance. That is why they say their transmissions are not just built, they are Performabuilt. And I don't know if you've seen the post about that Ryan had posted. He said, "It has been such a busy year, and especially this fall, I haven't had a second to post. I am happy to see a lot of you guys getting your projects started for the winter and planning ahead from the amount of phone traffic that we have had this season." That being said, I want to take a moment as we finish up October and almost 2025 to thank you all for your support and helping us with your feedback so we can continually re-engineer the baddest 4L60E on the market today, with even more modifications currently in the works and planned through 2026. I can safely say we aren't done going even faster, and that feels like a dream come true to be able to say at this stage in the game after multiple records. We're absolutely crushed the past 2 years. So super cool post from Ryan there at Performabuilt.
Yeah, that dude, I should have made the time to go by his place when we were in Pennsylvania. It just, sadly, we were so late because of the key situation, All right, for the folks that are just now getting here or watching this segment later, we're on with Skippy from Buckeye Skip's Drag and Drive event. He's on telling us in the previous segment we talked about, kind of how this event came about, how, the tracks they went to, some of the things he learns, all the route stops, all that kind of stuff. This next segment here for the Performabuilt, I want to talk about the race itself. I want to talk about close races, who broke, favorite cars, and then of course we'll end it with what's coming in the future. So tell us real quick, what were some of the close races, close classes that people were really duking it out for?
Actually, our 990 was the closest class, and Jesse Hazlitt ended up in second place. Clark Eckert took first by 0.005 on his last pass.
That is so tight.
That is tight. And there's a little backstory to this. I've known Clark for a long time, and he'd asked me to help him with the suspension on his car. It was a new build. And he calls me and says, "Hey, I put all this stuff in here years ago, and I just don't think it's going to work." And da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay. He says, "Well, everybody runs something different now." It's like, "No, you got it. Let's see if we can make it work." Well, obviously it works. He was a little surprised, but he's on the route. He's coming through some curves. The car just dies on him. So not thinking, he shuts the key off to recycle everything. Well, when he did, the steering wheel locked and he put it in a ditch. Luckily, the racers behind him were great. I mean, they pulled him out, helped him get everything straightened out, and got him back on the road. Him and Jesse were battling back and forth, and it literally was like the last pass of the day, I think. Yeah, he beat him by that much. And
that's crazy.
Jesse pretty well had it wrapped up. He had to run a great number to beat him. So
that would be one of the hardest numbers to run. I mean, dude, park my shit. Because how do you adjust for that? I need to go 1/10,000th slower.
Well, and that's right. Yeah, Jesse went too fast, and it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. But I mean, he drove that, or he brought that car up from Texas. I don't know. Did Jesse drive it, or I'm sure he trailered it?
Yeah, but, I think he probably trailered it. Yeah, he'll tell us here in a second.
Let's see.
Ray Darnell, Dan Chandler. This is a great story here. Ray Darnell, Aaron Darnell, the son, and I cannot remember the grandson's name, but 3 generations at the event, and then Ray Darnell, 82 years old, won the 1190 class.
1190 class, and looking at my notes, it was a close deal. Then he always walked up and, "So how's it look? Everything okay?" Always, being cautious what the other guys were doing. But I mean, they just had a blast. Everybody had a great time. I really think. I got to bring up in the stick shift, Kyle Dennis with the Mustang. Him and his wife, they knew it was close. Last day, they're wanting to stay for the awards, and it's like there's a storm coming through. I mean, a big line of storms, and they're trying to drive the car back to Columbus. I told him, I said, go ahead and go. If you win, we'll get it figured out. Well, sure enough, all the numbers come in and they win. Yeah, 2 days later, before I actually got a hold of them, I tried to come home and relax a day, but yeah, they were really excited because they just knew somebody was going to beat them on the last couple runs. Somebody's going to beat us. And,
That's awesome. They're new to Drag and Drive as well. Not new this year, but new 2024. And a great couple and having a blast. Their daughter rides in the car with her. I think she's 4 or 5 now, and built a whole trailer. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, this year, for this race, they said, nope, we're going to be really serious. We didn't bring our daughter. We're going to try and see if we can actually be competitive.
Wow.
And they did pretty doggone good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially if they won. That's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, and not probably. Our fastest car was Josh Simmons with his Coyote Mustang. I think 67 Mustang, 767 or 766 was the average. And
I may have a photo of it. Hold on just a second. I think it's this one on this one here on the left, the multicolored one.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, that car looks fast.
Oh yeah, he would drive up, do his burnout, pull up there like no big deal, and next thing you know, he's 7 seconds. And like, okay. But he kept saying, "The last day I'm going to turn it up. Last day I'm going to turn it up." And like, okay, well, remember, I'm an IHRA tech official. Don't turn it up too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kept it very respectable. I mean, there was a lot left in that car.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty well a 6-second car. And
wow.
I mean, to drive it anywhere he wanted to go. I mean, didn't really have any issues with it. Just drove it.
That's awesome. We'll flip through some photos here. When we're...
The trucks, those diesel trucks, those guys, their problem was trying to slow them down. I finally told them, look, if you don't slow it down, you're done. They didn't have a roll cage in it. Him and his buddy got into a little bit of a pissing match, and you're not going to beat me. And yeah, they went from 1150 to 1050. And, yeah, and I'm standing there looking at him. He goes, I'm trying to slow it down. Then turn it off. Take the turbo off of it. Whatever you got to do.
Man, that's crazy because that's a big old truck. Like it's 4-wheel drive, all that stuff. Oh
yeah. I mean, it was a rocket ship. They actually had some video of him out there doing burnouts at Church Boys, and that's probably why the cops showed up.
He was helping them reseal the road, huh?
Yeah, reseal the road and reset the houses.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we'll run through some of these photos while we're talking here. Man, who broke? Who fixed their cars? All that kind of stuff.
Well, sorry, Tom, love you to death, but yeah, I think he was out the first day. I think he made it to Mongoose Motorsports and lost the transmission. We had obviously Little Red Express, Rick Russell, Vinny Barbone. Unfortunately, he had the Monza. He had a motor disintegrate internally and lock up, and ended up kissing the wall with the front end.
Oh no!
Yeah, we got down there. He said, "All I could think was, don't oil the track, don't oil the track, don't oil the track."
Yeah, I love Vinny. He's awesome. We need to have him on.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, he was gonna run the Sam Squatch, the motor that he built back in high school. He forgot that they'd filled the block, so he couldn't get the heat down on it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But, that thing is crazy. It has gone now twin turbos instead of the blower, and he's one of my favorite dudes.
Just wants to keep turning it up.
Yeah.
But who else did we have? We had Jimmy Loveland, 850 truck, lifted a head gasket, burned a head gasket on the final day, ended up putting it in the wall.
Oh, no.
Got in his own water. I've known him for probably 15, 18 years, 20 years, and he used to drive that truck every single day. And I mean, just watched it build to go faster and faster and faster. And just great people. I mean, just felt so bad. But fortunately, that was the only two heavy hit ones. We've had engine failures. Blaine Huffman he was a small tire participant and ended up losing the motor on the first pass at Quaker City. A lot of attrition, even on our short, we're only a little over 300 miles this time. And people don't realize you drive them and then start beating on them, and they don't like it sometimes.
Well, hey, the street is the equalizer. That's for sure. Like it's the hardest part of drag and drive.
especially when they try to eat up the streets, big old
Yeah.
burnouts, and
Yeah.
gotta have fun.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Well, give us a couple stories, or talk about some of the cars that were there. What was some of your favorite things or stories that happened from the event?
Well, we had Will Wise had a Camaro, stick shift Camaro, and he worked his butt off. He finally got the car to run tens, and his goal was to get a 10-second pass at each track. Well, about a week beforehand, he sends me a message, "Hey, I'm out. I'm going to have to run my Subaru." And I'm like, "What? No way. You're not doing that. Get your butt out there, fix that car." Yeah, like 3 days before the event, he had the heads off of it, found out that he'd gotten the wrong push rods when you first assembled it, had to have a head repaired, got it all back together, and showed up on day one.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
goes his first 10-second pass, day one, no problem. Goes over to Quaker on day two, and the transmission didn't like second or third gear. And he kept getting flustered. And I told his girlfriend he has to get out of his own head. And I wasn't quite that nice, but so he's coming up the hill to do his burnout, and I went over and I shook my finger at him and told him to get out of his head, and you can do this. And he's like, "Okay, all right." I said, "Just calm your butt down." He goes up there and goes 1088, I believe it was, fastest he'd
Wow.
ever been in the car.
That's awesome.
Yeah, day three he goes 1099 with a 9. He said, "But I got it."
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that. He can tell his kids, "Hey, I went 3 tracks, 310s, after breaking the car the day before."
Man, that's crazy. Yeah. 10-second streetcar, that's where it's at, man.
Oh yeah, and it's like a daily driver for him.
Wow.
I mean, not for the winter, but
Yeah.
normally it's a daily driver.
Dan Chandler here saying the family of 5 and the black bug pulling the trailer was epic.
Yes.
I don't think I have a photo of that car.
It's an amazing story. They started out, it's going to be all turboed and everything, and every week he had something else was wrong with it. The transmission out of it, motor out of it. 3 days before the event, another one. He puts a picture up. Eric, I'll screw up his Helmuth, I believe it is. 3 days before the event, he has a picture with the motor sitting on the floor. And it's like,
Wow.
wait a minute, that's supposed to be in the car. So yeah, he had to reconfigure everything because every time he put the turbo on, he had problems with the turbo. So he showed up with carburetors on it.
Nice.
And it didn't like it the first day. I mean, it just didn't like going down the track. But yeah, he had his wife and 3 kids in the car, and every time they got out, it was like, "Where's the rest of them?" No.
Who else you got in here?
Yeah.
Hang on just a second. I want to show Sad. Yeah, you're talking about getting into the wall. So
Yep.
that's pretty sad. That car, is pretty fresh and pretty new build. But what I'm getting to is this.
Yeah.
Eric, do you remember Rocky Mountain Race Week?
Yeah, notice he's missing one piston and only half of the other.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the old truck.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, I don't remember when I first saw this shot. I was like, I don't remember sending him a picture of this.
Right.
That's exactly what my truck looked like.
Oh man.
Yeah. I had one exactly the same on the other side. So
Top
Vinny, I
Vinny,
live your pain.
and Vinny's a great guy, and we pick on each other. I mean, he's actually going to help us with promotions for the
That's
Buckeye
great.
Skips. I mean, just a great guy.
Yeah.
But I had to pick on
great
him a
for
little
the
bit.
community.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
dude, builds super cool cars, and him and his wife are awesome for the sport for sure.
Well, I had to pick on him. I happened to be up in the tower, and after the crash, he couldn't find his wallet.
Oh no.
And so Mike Kostick there, our announcer, goes on and says, "Hey, if anybody finds it, go look for Vinny Barbone." And being a smart aleck, I'm in the background, just say, "Yeah, look for the short guy with the crashed car."
Oh,
And Mike
goes out over the PA.
Well, Mike turns around and he says, "This is via Skippy. Yeah, it's the short guy with the crashed car. Just look for that one." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, Vinny's leaving, and as they're leaving with it, he yells out, "Thank you, love you." I said, yeah, he obviously didn't hear that comment.
Yeah, he wouldn't have taken it bad anyways.
No, no. He's such a great guy. And I've known him since the Renegade Racing Association, and they did Dad's Index Racing also, and just great people. I mean, just great people. Him and his dad.
Well, before we close it, we are going to go over a little bit here, so folks just get comfortable. Let's talk about newbies, because I'd mentioned that in the previous segment, talking about looking at the cars, and I'll bring the cars back up on the screen here. When you look at these, there's not just a ton of windshield banners. I know that that's not typically a thing people do outside of drag and drive, but a lot of drag and drive guys leave them on the front windshield. Like Kyle Dennis here, you can see his front windshield.
Yep.
You can see Hot Rod Drag Week on Vinny's car. Lots of new people in this lineup.
probably half of our field was new, and
Man, that's so awesome.
yeah, probably 40 to 50 of them were new. When we started the awards, Tom and I were standing there, and Tom asked, how many is this your first one? We're standing there going, oh my gosh, okay. We were just astonished by how many people had never done one before.
Well, and again, you and I talked about this before the show, but this is why I love the regional events, the weekend style events, is because it gives people that maybe haven't done an event, or definitely haven't done an event in your case, an opportunity to test it out and see, hey, I can do this without taking just a ton of time. Where regional stuff, we call them regional events, because a lot of times guys are coming from within a couple hundred miles of the event. I do want to give a big shout out to Marty Kilroy here, who brought out the hot rod. This is super cool. I love seeing him enjoy this car. This thing, he's done Sick Week, he's done your event, he's done one other one. He tried to do the circuit but couldn't get back to us with our rescheduled dates. Right. This is such a cool car, and he's so cool, and it's like a vintage hot rod, like truly.
It truly is a vintage. Yes.
Yeah. This is how it would have been built in like 35 or 38 or something like that. He's told the story. It's so cool.
And he grew up in our area.
Oh wow.
Out by Lisbon, Ohio, and he never got to race at these tracks. And he called me last year and was telling me, his dad used to race at Quaker City all the time, and he couldn't wait to come back and get the race where his dad was racing. And so unfortunately his dad had passed away a month or two before the event.
Oh.
But I mean, just a great guy, and enjoyed every minute of it. I mean, he never would give up. I mean, he didn't have too many problems, but I mean, that car just goes.
Yeah. It doesn't go very fast, but it goes.
It goes, yeah.
He can't go over like 2,000 RPM for a sustained speed because it won't oil right or something.
Right. Yeah, and it's 55, 60 mile an hour is about the max.
Yep. I think he was looking at either an overdrive setup or a quick changer end or something the last time we talked.
Yeah, he's looking at overdrive. Kind of help with the speed.
Yeah, overdrive. So listen, that's one thing I do want to commend you for, because bringing more people into the community is really, I mean, that's what Eric and we love to see that. We love to see new people come in. We love to see new people experience a drag race that they've never experienced, this community in this way, to where everybody's willing to help everybody. A lot of these guys are strictly heads up racers, and they come in here and they're like, wait, you're willing to give me parts off of your car to race? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a different, it's more of a family than, cutthroat. I mean, it's, whatever it takes to get you down the track will help you.
Yeah.
What plans do you have for 2026 event? I know you said you were talking about it. You were calling.
The last segment to end the show here is going to be the Performer Built transmission segment. This is a good one. Performer Built Ryan is the baddest 4L60, 4L80 GM transmission builder on the planet. So I'll let you read the ad read, then we'll go on.
Trying to lock in some tracks and dates. Anything that you can share with us today, or still a little bit out?
Well, tentatively, we'll start out at Coonley on the 30th. Be back there on the 2nd. We'll be at 42 National Trails. Day one will be the longest day. It'll be from Coonley to National Trails in Columbus. I think it was 198 miles or something like that. Yeah. And then back over to 42 and then back up to Coonley. Yeah, we like the idea. We talked about doing a 4-day, and being, we're rookies at this, and to try and, jump into both feet that much, I just don't think it was in the cards for us next year.
So what you're saying is you'll do day one would be drop your truck and trailer at Coonley and then drive to the first track.
Yes. Well, We'll do day 0, which would be on the Monday, and then they'll leave out of Coonley on Tuesday. It's actual day 1, and then drive to Columbus to National Trails, and then they'll race there, and then that's their hardest day, I would say. They'll have 6-7 hours to get there, and it's a 3-hour tour. So as long as it's not the SS Minnow, they should be good.
Right, no SS Minnows in here. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then that's really one of the only regional events that is running during the week. So again, I think your format here is pretty cool, because you'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday racing. You'll end up back at Coonley on Thursday for your bit of racing for your drag and drive, but then also on the 3rd kicks off a big race at Coonley, right?
Yes, they do their Independence Eve race. They have jet trucks and fireworks, and I don't know what all they have coming up this year, but they usually have a great showing there. Usually the outlaw cars and stuff like that. I'm actually gonna, on the way back up there, stop home and get my car so I get to race at the July
that's
3rd
awesome.
race.
That's awesome. So yeah, so definitely moving a little bit of dates as well. So that's moving from October up into the last day of June, and then the first week of July. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we actually, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you need to do it again the same time next year." And I told them, I said, "This is Ohio. We could have a foot of snow
Oh yeah.
at this time.
Yep.
You just never know. We're right on the lake, and one
Yeah,
cold breeze."
that could be a problem. Yeah, we run into that a little bit. Eric and I have talked about Byron and tracks up that way, and that's a little bit of the struggle,
Yeah, and the week we had ours on Sunday, it was like 70 some degrees,
Mm.
and it was 60s all week.
Yeah.
A week later, it was 40 degrees and rain, and we were just so lucky, so blessed. I mean, just really lucky.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, last question here. Any changes you have planned for the event? Anything you learned this year? Class changes, rule changes, things like that?
Class changes. Being that we're a smaller event, we don't get the bigger guys and stuff like that. So we're going to take our big tire class, the unlimited big tire and unlimited small tire, and just make it king of the street class. Fastest car wins.
Yeah.
And we're going to add a nostalgia class, and we're going to do an actual hard tire class.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I'm going to call it the NASCAR class. Because we had racers that had hard tires, so we would call them up as a hard tire.
Yeah.
There wasn't an actual class; they were in dial your own.
Yep.
But I was just talking with Ken Deacon last night, one of our friends, and he made like 8 or 10 passes a night. And
and Eric hears me all the time. I'm like, if people don't have to buy a different set of rims and slicks or radials for their car, maybe they are more apt to come in and do their first event. Now, after they do their first event, they're going home and buying radials or slicks, and they're putting them on whatever wheels they can find and all that kind of stuff. I feel like if you can open that up, that makes it much easier.
Yeah, we had Blaine Huffman, who actually ended up being out. His daughter, Isabella, has a beautiful Trans Am, a Bandit Trans Am. And I swear at Quaker City, she must have made 13 to 15 passes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think she slowed down through the pits, just enough to get her time ticket and come back around.
Yep, that's always a good time, man, when they can hot lap them like that.
Other than that, I think we're going to leave most of it alone. I think we're going to eliminate. We had a 950 class. It started out as a 930, 2008 and newer, and I think we're going to eliminate that, and maybe take the 1190 and bring it to an 1150, because some of the faster guys, that way they don't have to have a cage until 1149.
Yep,
just
that's what I was
little
going to ask. Is it the same with IHRA 2 1150 stuff? Yeah. Interesting.
Nothing real big, I don't think.
That's really cool. Well, we wish you all the best. Thank you for taking your time tonight and talking to us on here. It's always really cool it's always cool to see like new thought processes, and obviously like without you doing a drag and drive before, generally that can end up creating some really cool classes and rules and ways to do it, geo class, ways to host events and things like that. But you bring years and years of experience of hosting events, obviously, so that helps as well, and that probably really helped your event will grow. And I mean, 140 people signed up for the first year is stellar. I mean, it just shows the kind of level of promotion you've done in the past, and then of course now with the event. But I can't wait to see what 2026 holds, man. That time frame is going to be really cool. I think doing it during the week will be interesting to see how that works. I think it's going to end up being great, especially as you lead into a huge race July 3rd. My thing would be, could you pick up a couple of the big names for that July 3rd race to come do that drag and drive? I think that'd be kind of fun.
That would be pretty cool.
They may not bring a big car, but hey, a lot of those guys that have big nasty race cars, Keith Haney is always one I say, because he has a pro mod and I spend time with him, but he also has like a slowish Chevelle that would be great for drag and drive. Hint, hint, Keith Haney. Somebody tag him in the comments, because I'm trying to get him to come next weekend to the short circuit. So I think once a guy like that does some drag and drive stuff, he's going to be like, wow, this is really, really cool.
I'll tell you, once you do it, I mean, even just putting it on, I told Rick Russell and them that, next year my car will be ready, and when they go down to do street eat, we're going to be there with them.
That's
Tom
cool.
Dupree's going to be there with us too.
Yeah.
Right, Tommy?
Yeah, he's definitely going to be in. He told me several times that your event was really one of the funnest he had done, and like he was sad that the truck didn't make it, obviously, but it's going to come out bigger and better than ever. He's already got upgrades made, and he's already been out driving it around some, so pretty cool.
Good, awesome.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate it. We'll see you guys at
Yeah.
PRI. We
Yeah,
are going
definitely.
to go out on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Well, come on out, hang out. We'll send you the link to our location, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll jump on live. We'll have some conversation while we're there, talk about the dates and tracks and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you soon, Skippy.
Okay, dope. Thanks.
Yeah.
Dude, what a fun night.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of conversation, a lot of comments, man. Appreciate everybody talking all the stuff.
Yeah, lots of comments. And, talking about two incredible events between Southeast Street and Yeet and Buckeye Skips. I mean, pretty great show.
Man, let's see. Melissa's not watching anymore, but maybe I didn't do the laundry like I should have today, so I'm probably not going to ask her tonight, but maybe tomorrow after a couple margaritas or something.
Let me tell you, that house better be spotless tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Why does it smell so good in here? And you're not wearing green sweatpants. What's up? Man, I'm telling you, this working from home's tough, dude. You and I were joking about some super cool stuff that's coming from Summit with Tommy earlier, and you were like, "Man, I'll wear that to work," and I was like, "Me too," but the only people are going to see it are my cats and dog.
Yeah,
if I wear it to work. So
it really sounds like a sad life, but he's got it made, so don't let him trick you.
It's pretty awesome around here most of the time. So, all right, well, Doug, do not threaten. I'm in. You just tell me where to be, and we're there. So, yeah, PRI, again, guys, listen, I can't express this enough. PRI, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be hosting the Dragon Drive Awards presented by Summit Racing in room 235, but it's also going to be live streamed. So, the next 5 weeks of my life is to build out the 20-plus awards that we're going to be giving out there. One thing we didn't mention in the Molly segment is the Molly Toughest Roadside Repair trophy that we give out every year, which is exciting. Can't wait to see who wins that this year, man. There's been a ton of roadside repairs that have been made over the year. Lots of stuff. I mean, dude, people have engines out, all that kind of stuff. So pretty crazy.
Nominations are open for that on the website. So if you want to nominate somebody for that award, please head over to the website, fill out that form, so we can review those. Yeah,
definitely, because we got to get those in, because I don't want to be doing that like we did last year, where like it's the morning of and we're still going over all that stuff. Do you remember how hard that was? We were asking people in the room who should get it.
Yeah, last year was tough for sure. There was a couple that, man, honestly, you could have made a case for any one of those to win that. So
yeah, 100%. All right, well, cool. Well, next episode is the Drag Drive Repeat news this Saturday morning. I'm already making tons of notes on it. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of builds have entered the winter time updates already. So we've seen Bryant Goldstone's Javelin getting the upgrades. We're going to talk about that. We're going to give an update on Devin Vanderhoof's S550 Mustang. There's builds everywhere that are going on that are getting prepared for Sick Week 2026 that we're looking to see if, man, the crazy stuff going on. And then I'm watching the Horsepower Wars deal. There's a C4 Corvette in the background with like this gnarly cage, and it like had to be a 6.0 cage. And I'm like, so I posted, is Stefan building a new car for over here? There's just a ton of stuff going on right now. Tons and tons of stuff for the Drag and Drive community. And that's why we're here. That's why we're right here, sir. That's why we do what we do. So send us out, man.
All right. Vinny here. Great show. Night, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Like Mike said, we'll get a hold of you and see if we can get you on the show one of these weeks. So
yeah, definitely.
Appreciate all of the comments tonight. Tonight was really good for comments. Everybody jumping in. It was a great show. Again, thanks to Laura for jumping on. Thanks to Skip for coming on. It's awesome. Love having these conversations. Appreciate all of you race car friends tuning in, for this 2 hours with us. Appreciate each and every one of you. And again, these sponsors, we can't do it without them. If you guys are doing some shopping, please, please, please check out these companies. Support those who support us. Again, we've got affiliate links. We've got discount codes. If you need any of that information, please reach out to Mike, myself, hit the Drag Drive Repeat page up. Let us help you get in contact with the right person. So thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmission, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Appreciate everybody, and we'll see you guys on Saturday morning.
Yep. Later. All right.